sheet here, so I caught him without his sheet.
So tonight we're going to need a big start, and I looked on the film again, invested my time there. Marion's special teams has been a little off this year, so expect a little bit of line drive kicks, good starting field position for the Bearcats tonight. Something else you can expect, some dominant defense. They allowed nothing from the first team or the second or forced interception a few times last week, just 6 points on the board, blocked the extra point. Great job by that team there.
Yeah, and you also talked about how field position played a part in that game last week. Some stats from last week's win over Lebanon: 323 total yards, 5.3 yards per carry for the Cats. They averaged 19.4 yards per completion, no turnovers, and they didn't have to punt on the whole afternoon. So overall, it was just a great showcase for the Bearcats. 4 penalties in that game for 40 yards, so cut those back down. And Virginia High, for the first time since October 30th, 2015, scored 50 or more points in a game. And that happened to be a 57-6 win against Marion back in 2013. Some individual stats from last week's game against Lebanon. Lathrop went 6 of 7 passing, 143 yards, 23 yards per completion. Accounted for 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing and 1 10-yard rushing TD, or 3 passing and 1 10-yard rushing touchdown. Bobby Medley, 2 touchdown receptions from 49 and 28 yards out. Lane Carroll added a 38-yard TD reception. Aaron Rose led the team in rushing, 54 yards and a TD. Austin Davidson, 80-yard punt return, his second special teams touchdown of the year. And Michael Bradley coming in there in the second half, 5 for 5 passing for 51 yards, and he had the TD pass to Lance Geisler from 24 yards out. Just a total win there last week, and it was a really fun afternoon over here.
Yeah, and it just seemed like no matter what Virginia High did, there was no wrong involved with it. And that's exactly what you wanted in a team coming into a big game this week, getting the rest of the starters, getting everybody fresh and ready for this game.
So with that, let's take you to the highlights from last week's win over Lebanon. We'll be right back to talk about the Southwest District games tonight and from last week, and also know your opponent, storylines for tonight's game, and we'll also have Virginia High Athletic Director Brad Harper joining us here right after the break. We'll be right back on the Bearcat Kickoff Show on Bearcat Radio. We are officially ready. Ball is teed up, and we are underway. Kick hits right at the 23. It's returnable. This is Davidson up past the 30. Breaks a tackle there at the 35, and he's brought down right at the 40-yard line. Good return there from Austin Davidson there on getting to the outside. He broke to the corner, and that's where the Cats will take it over right outside the 40-yard line, right inside the 40, that is. Sets up a third and 12. Ball sitting at the 49. They've got to get it across the 40 to the 37. There's a snap. Lathrop dropping back over the middle. He catches it. That's Medley. Breaks a tackle. He's at the 25, 20, 10, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Bobby Medley. 48-yard touchdown pass on 3rd down and 12. What a play there for the Cats, right across the middle.
And what about Jamie Lathrop? Just to stay confident in the pocket. There's about 4 or 5 Pioneers just wrapped around him. Just stepped right up and made a big throw over the middle.
Fielded by Davidson at the 18. He takes it straight off the edge. He's got room to go at the 30, 35, 40, 50-yard line. If he gets the block, he's gone. He's down the lane. Nobody is going to catch Austin Davidson, and it's 14-0 Cat. Lathrop in the shotgun, Adkins in the backfield. So the screenplay wiped off the touchdown. And this one's lobbed up for Medley near the goal line. He makes the grab, and he's in. Touchdown, Virginia High. Just lobbed it up. Bobby Medley right inside the pylon down on the left side, and the Cats rolling early. It's 26-6.
You know what they say, ball don't lie.
29-yard touchdown pass, the second touchdown catch of the night from Bobby Medley. The Cats try to cap off a drive here that started back on their own 46-yard line. And that's about the longest starting field position the Cats have had tonight, to put that into some perspective for you. Actually, they're marking it at the 1. Shotgun look. Rose in the backfield. Handoff straight away. Rose is in. Touchdown. Nobody touched him until he got in the end zone. Aaron Rose, touchdown from a yard out.
He got his points back.
Yeah, he had the touchdown run from 21 yards out, but he'll take the 1-yard TD run, and that is the first touchdown run of the night for Aaron Rose. On the right hash, working left to right across the field, the Cats. 1:42 to go. Lathrop looking deep down the field. He's got a man. That's Carroll. Makes the catch at the 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cats. at the 39-yard touchdown pass to Lane Carroll. Touchdown, Virginia High.
You know, if you didn't start any of these Bearcats on your fantasy team tonight, what are you doing?
Yeah, what a play there. Just streaking down the field, Lane Carroll, and he's getting his touchdown back. He had the screen pass touchdown earlier that got called back after the penalty, but Jamie Lathrop there dropping a dime over the defender for the touchdown. 1:36 to go, and the Cats with another touchdown on the board.
Somebody called the fire department on Jamie Lathrop.
Yeah, he's on fire so far tonight. There's a fire truck going by the field here. Lebanon's not even going to snap it. We're going to go to half here at Gene Malcolm Stadium. A great first half for the Cats as the crowd giving some cheers for them as they head back to the locker room down on the left side of the field. Coach Chris will be happy about that first half. 41-6. Virginia High out in front of Lebanon. Ball sitting actually at the 27-yard line. So 1st and 10. Lebanon, they're starting in the shotgun. Smith back there, joined by Bostic. Rolls out straight to the left, tries to throw a slant, and it's intercepted. Brought down right to the 35, the interception. Hunter Wright coming up with the pick. Just overthrew his intended receiver, trying to get it to the slot receiver there. And it's try to build on this win with another one next week as Marion heads to town for a big-time showdown here in Bristol. So it'll be an exciting game next week. Welcome back to the Bearcat Kickoff Show. Dylan Hutton with Mark Harr joining me up here in the booth as we get set for kickoff between the Cats and the Hurricanes from Gene Malcolm Stadium. Now it's time for the Southwest District update. Let's look at some of the scores from last week in the Southwest District. Just 2 games. 2 other teams had byes. Marion and Tazewell were off last week. Graham and Richlands, what a barn burner that one was. 20-13 in overtime. Graham escapes Richlands with that victory. It's their 7th straight win of the year for the G-Men after losing that first game of the season against Bluefield.
Yeah, and you know we expected a lot more out of that game from the Graham side, but I guess Ridgeview is all that in a bag of chips for them too.
Yeah, Richlands. We've been talking about Ridgeview in the commercial break. So yeah, Richlands pretty good this year as well, even though the record doesn't show. Virginia High 55-6 win as the Cats dominate the Pioneers for their 6th game of the year. Now it's moved to tonight in the Southwest District. Richlands at 2-6 travels to Lebanon to face the Pioneers. Graham takes their 7-1 record on the road to Fort Chiswell to face the Pioneers as well. So that'll be an interesting matchup there. The Grundy Golden Wave 5-3. They're on the road at Tazewell to face the 2-6 Bulldogs. And of course 8-0 Marion is here in Bristol to face the 6-2 Virginia High Bearcats. Number 5, the Cats, in the 2D point stands against number 4. So a lot on the line here this afternoon as far as your opportunity to host in the playoffs.
And, you know, we talked to Jamie Lathrop before the game, and his comment to us was, we're getting ready to put a number 1 beside that 8.
And some of the standings in the Southwest District, Marion 8-0, 3-0 in the district. Graham 7-1, but 4-0 in the district. Virginia High 6-2 in third place, 2-1 district. Richlands 2-6, 1-2 in the Southwest. Lebanon 2-6, 0-3. And Tazewell in last at 2-6, 0-4 in the Southwest District. Now it's time for Know Your Opponent. And Marion, 8-0, 2A school, of course, in the Southwest District, undefeated in the district as well. Recent meetings with the Cats, they're 8-6 overall since '99. They won last year against Virginia High, 41-13. The home team has actually won the last 5 of these meetings, so they've kind of split between home and road. So if you're the home team, you hold the advantage. The last win for Marion here at Gene Malcolm came back in October 26th of 07. 24-21 win for the Hurricanes back then. And it's been a while, a decade, 10 years and 1 day to the day that they've won here at Gene Malcolm. So hopefully that streak continues on to the next, to 2019.
The curse of the Gene, baby.
Yeah, hopefully Gene Malcolm can hold out. Impact players Austin Wyatt Sr. has thrown for 10 passing touchdowns, rushed for 4. The running back, Kelby Ford Sr., number 15, 11 rushing touchdowns, 3 receiving TDs. And Easton Medley, running back, number 10, he's rushed for 5 and caught 1 TD on the year. They run a 3-4 base defense. The offense, a lot like us, run a lot of spread offense. Love to run the ball, RPO with Kelby Ford, so we'll have to watch out for that. Marion's 45 miles away from here. We know that pretty well. Mr. Harper made the trip up to Marion last night, actually. Their record last year for the Hurricanes, 7-4. They were defeated in the first round of the playoffs, and that is your Know Your Opponent segment for tonight's matchup. Last game, the Hurricanes are actually coming off a bye. They defeated Richlands 2 weeks ago, 22-18, and scored with under 2 minutes to go to get away with a win there. And let's go ahead and bring Mr. Harper on. How you doing, Mr. Harper?
Hey, guys. Always great to be with you.
Yeah, we're always excited to have you up here to talk about athletics all around, not just football, but definitely an exciting night tonight, a lot on the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great week. You know, we had the JV volleyball team won the Southwest District Championship. The varsity volleyball team fought really hard, came up a little short, but hopefully if things play out, we'll get to see them again. We host Gate City in a region game Monday night at 7 o'clock at the Bearcat Den, and then cross country is in the region tournament next week, the region cross country meet next week at Lebanon. Both the boys and girls teams advanced, and certainly, man, what a great atmosphere right now. You got a 8-0 undefeated team with our Bearcats are playing really well at 6-2 and honoring a huge amount of seniors in all VHSL fall activities, and so you know this is a big night for a lot of people, and certainly. Hopefully by the end we're celebrating another Bearcat win.
Yeah, hopefully everybody's celebrating. Last night in Marion wasn't as happy for us, getting beat in 4 sets.
No, didn't go the way we wanted, but, you know, hopefully it was another growing experience. And, you know, if you're going to win one against a really good team, you want it to be that right one where it's an elimination game or determines whether you're home or away for maybe a state quarterfinal. So, you know, if we're going to beat them once, I hope it comes at the right time.
Yeah, that's true. That game last night was for a championship, but just for the district.
Just for a trophy, and certainly bragging rights. But, you know, I think the girls had a bigger goal in mind when they started the year, and all those goals are still intact. So just like this football group's been focused all off season with having a certain goal in mind of obviously making the playoffs, and not only just getting in, but creating some noise once they get there. And I think they've done everything they needed to do to this point to do that.
They've definitely put themselves in a place here that they're going to be able to. They're in control of their own destiny.
Sure, you know, anytime you got 2 weeks left in the regular season, and you're talking about home field advantage, and you know going up against an undefeated team, and the games mean something at this time of year. It's an exciting time. I expect to have a great crowd here at Gene Malcolm tonight. And just what another great night for football. We certainly have been blessed with the weather. And while I have just a second, I want to give a shout-out to the Bristol, Virginia Parks and Rec Department. They always have our stadium and our field looking great. They put in a lot of time to do that. I mean, the grass is kind of starting to turn dormant a little bit with that Bermuda surface, but with the black paint and the orange mascot in the middle, it looks sharp, and I would put our facility up against anyone around.
Yeah, this is one of the nicest stadiums around, that's for sure. And
I heard a Jumbotron's on deck.
I heard Mark was going to pay for it as well. So if that's the case, you can make the check payable to Virginia High School, and we'll certainly put a nice big sign up there with it. We do have some grand plans of upgrading our scoreboard and play clocks, and you know, if the right sponsor comes along, maybe it will have a nice big video screen in the middle. And so, you know, we're looking for big things, but we'll see. So
exciting news as far as you've got the basketball schedule completed, but of course it's not available yet for the public. But some fun things. I've already seen it. So.
Yeah, it's been, you know, if you've made the VIP list, you've seen it, and mainly to check for corrections or issues or anything else that we needed to do, and certainly got some great things on tap. Of course, we're going to host it will be known as the Coach Battler Lee Foundation Boys Invitational, Boys Basketball Invitational. Almost have a title sponsor for the girls, but we have the girls tip-off tournament. Those both take the first couple weeks of December, and girls are making a trip to Hilton Head for a few days to play against some great competition, and boys are taking a trip to Lynchburg, my old stomping grounds, to play in a Holiday Hoops Classic at EC Glass High School, and they'll play Stanton River and Heritage High School. So a lot of exciting things on tap. You know, Coach Rasnick and Coach Timmons with the girls and Coach Rasnick with the boys have been working hard. Boys have been doing some early morning workouts and really getting after it. And I really expect great things from them. And you know, the girls have a lot of